Today we will discuss the governing of steam turbine. Governing of steam turbine. So firstly we discuss the main function of steam turbine. The main function of the governing is to maintain the speed of the turbine constant irrespective of the load on the turbine. If the load on the turbine increasing, load on the turbine is decreasing, so in both the cases we need to maintain the speed of the turbine constant. So now types of governing method used in steam turbine to maintain the constant speed of the governing of turbine, constant speed of the steam turbine irrespective of changes of the load. So first one is the throttle governing. Second one is nozzle control governing, bypass governing, combination of throttle and nozzle governing, combination of throttle and bypass governing. So in this video we discussed about the throttle governing and nozzle control governing. So first one is throttle governing. Throttle governing. So in throttle governing, the quantity of steam entering into the turbine is reduced by the throttling of the steam. The throttling is achieved with the help of double heat balanced valve, which is operated by centrifugal governor through the servo mechanism. This is the brief of the throttle governing, how it is operated. And in throttle governing, the effort of the governor, which is centrifugal, is not sufficient to move the valve against the piston in the big units. So an oil operated relay servo mechanism is incorporated in the circuit to magnify the small force produced by the governor to operate the valve. So now we will discuss about the main components of throttle governing and how it works. This is the centrifugal governor, and here these are the fly balls. It is sleeve, spring. This is differential lever. These are oil cylinder and servo motor cylinder. This is oil regulating valve. This is hand wheel for initial adjustment. This is servo motor position, and this is the passage for oil return. It is throttle valve, and this is the path for steam through which it enters, and from here steam goes out. This is the oil pump, bevel gear, and it is turbine shaft. So as we can see in this diagram, the position of the governor, the position of the pilot piston, and position of relay piston is shown. As we can see, this is the position of the governor, sleeve, differential lever. This is pilot pistons. These are the relay pistons. So here the positions is shown, but this position is for full load on the turbine, and that is running at full speed. Now the case, if load on the turbine is reduced, the turbine will start to rotate at speed greater than full load speed as the energy supplied is same. Now we discuss the case when load on turbine that is reduced, turbine is rotating at high speed than the full load speed as energy supplied is same. So an increased speed of turbine shaft causes the governor sleeve to move upward. So if we consider this case, this is moving with high speed, load on turbine is less, then this sleeve it moves upward and fly ball expand. So in that case this differential lever it moves upward. When it moves upward, then this pilot piston moves down and this relay system is also down. So if this differential lever moves up, then this pilot piston moves up and this relay system piston moves down. Due to its upward movements, this valve becomes open and oil from the oil pump that starts to flowing from this valve, and it forces this relay piston to moves down, and when it moves down, then it shifting the position of throttle valve, and when it moves down, the oil that is goes through this oil return passage. So increased speed of turbine that cause governor sleeve to move upward, and this causes to move the pilot piston upward, and upward motion of pilot piston allows the high pressure oil to enter on the top side of the relay piston through upper part and allows the oil from relay cylinder to come down to oil return through pilot cylinder. The downward motion of the relay piston partly closes the throttle valve and causing the reduction in steam supply, and the reverse operation takes place when load on turbine increases. And throttle governing is simple in operation but thermodynamically inefficient, as the available heat drop is reduced in irreversible throttling process. So this is the process all about the throttle governing. I repeat it again. When load on turbine this is decreases, it will rotate with high speed, fly ball expand, sleeve moves upward, differential lever moves upward, and this pilot piston moves upward, and this relay piston moves downward, and this valve becomes open for the supplying of oil from the oil pump, and the path of the oil is from here, then it exerts the force on relay piston, it moves down, and then oil that moves out through this oil return passage, and due to its downward motion the position of the throttle valve changes and it reduces the supply of the steam. And when the process is different in different case, load on turbine that is decrease, turbine speed is when load on turbine increase, turbine speed is decrease, again this process is reversed. And next is the nozzle governing. In nozzle governing, steam is supplied to the different nozzle groups. These are the set of nozzles, and this is controlled by uncovering as many system passes as are necessary to meet the load by poppet value. And the supply to this nozzle is controlled by the valves V1, V2, V3. These are the set of nozzle N1, N2 and N3. This is the supply tank of the steam. These are the connecting pipes with different set of nozzle N1, N2 and N3. And these are the valves V1, V2 and V3. And this is the path of the steam supply. Arrow shows the motion and path of the steam which enter through the set of nozzles from different section. This is the turbine runner, and now we can see the working of nozzle governing of steam turbine. When steam is continuously supplied, the valves are open and steam is starts to flow through these connecting pipes. And when steam is passing through the set of nozzles, the turbine runner that starts to rotate. So according to the load, the valves arrangement can be adjusted, and due to adjustment of the valves V1, V2 and 3, the supply of the steam through set of nozzle N1, N2 and N3 that can be controlled, and speed of the turbine according to the load that can be controlled. So this is different from the throttle governing. And today we have learnt about the nozzle governing, throttle governing, and the types of the governing of steam turbine. And the nozzle control governing cannot be used for multi-stage impulse turbine due to small heat drop in first stage. Subscribe to get more updates, more video on mechanical topics and Universe 22. You may like, share among your friends and students. You can ask your queries by commenting. Give your suggestions if required. Thank you. Have a nice day.